Attention American poker players. Do you want to legally cash out your poker winnings to PayPal? Then head to globalpoker.com and see why it's the fastest growing site for US players. That's globalpoker.com. Have you heard about America's Card Room? Already the most trusted US online poker site since 2001, America's Card Room deals out more than 246,000 hands of real money poker every day. And right now, Poker Stories listeners can get in on a great deal. Just head over to americascardroom.eu and sign up using the promo code CPPodcast. New players will get a 100% deposit bonus up to $1,000, 20 days of free jackpot poker, and 4 entries into the $250 new depositor free roll. Don't wait. You can be playing poker online right now. Head to americascardroom.eu today and don't forget to use the promo code CPPodcast for your bonus.
Poker Stories is an audio series that features casual interviews with some of the game's best players and personalities. Each episode highlights a well-known figure in the poker world and dives deep into their favorite tales both on and off the feld.
Welcome to Poker Stories, a podcast brought to you by Card Player, the Poker Authority, and hosted by me, Julio Rodriguez. This is episode number 28, featuring poker pro Matt Affleck. Now, if that name sounds familiar to you, it's because Matt was the guy who had his pocket aces cracked on the river by Jonathan Duhamel in the 2010 WSOP main event. Matt ended up busting in 15th place for about $500,000, and the ESPN cameras caught him in the hallway being understandably upset about the bad beat. But it's been 7 summers since that went down, and Matt hasn't gone away, continuing to put up consistent scores year after year on the tournament circuit. He has wins at the Borgata Winter Poker Open and the Fall Pot of Gold, and in 2015 he won the Coco Poker Open for $264,000. In 2016, he narrowly missed out on winning his first WSOP bracelet, and this year he had 3 six-figure scores, including a final table in the massive Colossus event and a win in the most recent Wynn Fall Classic. Bottom line, the guy's put together a great poker resume. That's enough intro. Here's my conversation with Matt Affleck. I am here with Matt Affleck. How you doing, Matt?
Doing well. How are you?
I'm good. It is December. We are in Las Vegas. It is a little cold outside. You're getting ready to head to the nice warmth of San Diego.
Yeah, it's weird to hear someone say it's cold still because I moved to Vegas
I know.
in May, so I'm still like, this is perfect. I was talking to my sister yesterday. She's up in Seattle. It's 40 degrees and rainy. I'm like, I put a sweatshirt on. It's 65 degrees.
Yeah, I want to talk to you about the past few places you've lived, but now you're a Vegas local. What made you make the switch?
I lived in Seattle for...
New Jersey before that, right?
Yeah, I lived in Seattle for 27 years, grew up, lived there forever. My girlfriend, we dated long distance for a little bit, and then I ended up moving out to New Jersey. That's where she's from. It made a lot of sense because there's online poker there. There's Atlantic City, Philadelphia, Parks. So I moved out there, and I lived there for 2 years, and I liked it. I was kind of going into it. It was kind of, New Jersey kind of gets a bad rap, but I actually liked it. We lived on the beach.
A little bit of a culture shock coming from the West Coast.
A little bit, yeah.
Especially the Pacific Northwest.
A little different personalities and stuff, I figure out West Coast we're really passive aggressive. On the East Coast, they tell you how it is.
Yeah.
So, no, it was fun. I enjoyed it out there. It's really cool living right on the ocean, living on the beaches and stuff, and then having poker right there. So, enjoyed that. Got back into online poker, which I liked a lot. And then, after the second year, our lease was up, and we were kind of like 50-50 where we were going to go, stay, and we had to spend 2 months in Vegas anyways for the World Series. And instead of her with work and everything, traveling back and forth, and if she was going to come out the whole time or not, we just decided, let's just do it. We found a great opportunity to rent a place out here, and we just made the move.
Yeah.
We love it.
That's
regrets.
Basically why I did it, was because of the series taking up so much of your year. I was living in South Florida working for Card Player, just going to different tour stops, and Vegas was 5 times a year with a big 2-month stint there. You might as well just bite the bullet and move. Plus, no state income tax.
Yeah, no, that's it. Well, I was still a resident of Washington when I lived in New Jersey still, which has no state income tax. But no, that was kind of the same thing with us. And I still travel like a half to a third of the year. So cutting out 2 months of my travel really reduces my schedule. And I really helped a lot this summer.
Yeah, I imagine it also helps you play better during the summer, being home where all your stuff is.
No, 100%. I think I'll notice that a little bit more next year because this year, I noticed it a lot this year, but we moved in maybe like 2 weeks kind of before the series.
Yeah.
So I didn't really get that sense of like, I still kind of always felt like, I'm leaving Vegas in a month.
Yeah.
That's
it feels like a rental.
Exactly. It felt like a little summer rental.
Yeah.
But now it's, I land back at the airport in Vegas. I'm like, I'm home.
Yeah.
It feels like home and we love it.
All right. So you're switching all your sports allegiances, right?
No.
Raiders and Golden Knights, huh?
I'm a big Golden Knights fan. I like the Golden Knights, but I'm still a huge Seahawks fan.
Yeah, everyone knows you because your basic uniform at the table has been a jersey for years, and you've got quite a collection.
Yeah, I've the last actual year or so, I've probably kind of gotten away from it a little bit.
I know you've been dressing a little sharper. Have you hit 30 yet?
What? I'm 30. So
once you hit 30,
then it's no. But
I think that was when I stopped wearing my throwbacks, at least in public. I have a whole closet of jerseys I haven't worn in years.
No, on game days I'll still wear some jerseys and stuff, but mostly it was hard to travel with 6 different jerseys and stuff. Yeah. So I kind of just screw it. But no, still a huge Seattle sports fan, and I think they just announced Seattle's probably getting an NHL team now. Probably, hopefully, an NBA team now that they're building a new arena. Yeah. So I'll still be kind of loyal to them.
Are you a Thunder fan?
No, I hate the Thunder. Okay. Everyone, 95% of people in Seattle, it was parties in the street when the Heat beat the Thunder in the finals and stuff. And
as a Miami fan, I'm happy with that. That's fine.
Yeah. So there was a 4-year gap there. I had to worry about them winning a championship, and now it's all over. Now with no Durant, I don't have to worry about it anymore. So.
Shots fired, Russell. All right, tell me about Seattle. It wasn't actually Seattle. It was Mill Creek.
Yeah, I grew up 30, 40 minutes north of Seattle. Now it's a decent-sized town and stuff. It started when I was younger. It was a really small town. But no, I lived there till I went to college and then moved into the city. Lived on campus for 3 to 4 years. And then kind of bounced around a couple of places around downtown. So I lived downtown for probably 8 years. Mm-hmm. And, I loved it. It's 4 months out of the year, 5 months, it's the best weather in the country. It's 70, 75 degrees every day. There's no humidity. That was one thing in New Jersey. The humidity in the summer is, I don't like the humidity.
It takes getting used to, yeah.
Yeah. But, no, and I was always kind of I'm never going to leave Seattle, everything. And then once I left Seattle, I was wow, the weather really sucks. When you live there, you're oh, it's not bad. It's you're just used to it. That's what you know. And then you realize there's places where it doesn't rain every day.
Yeah.
It's not like a downpour. It sprinkles every day. It's always cloudy with, off and on little showers. It's not Florida where it just downpours for an hour and then stops. So
my thing when I lived in Florida was every day at 3 o'clock. It doesn't matter if it was rain, the sun was shining or not. It was always going to rain for 30 minutes at 3 for some reason. It was just a random occurrence in those summer showers you get.
Oh yeah, it's weird, and I still spend a lot of time.
But the grass is always greener because here in Vegas, it's so hot in the summer. We're oh god, I can't wait for it to be cold, and now it's cold. It's oh, I can't wait for the summer again.
I can't remember the last time I saw rain. Right now, well, in Vegas, it's been it's a weird or even a cloud in the sky. It's just so weird coming from Seattle.
We have plenty of water out here in the desert. We're fine.
We realized maybe a month ago. My girlfriend and I were having breakfast in the morning. It was 70 degrees, cloudy out. It's 9 a.m. We're just what the hell is the weather outside right now? We're this is a nasty day. And then we realized we're officially weather brats because it was 70 degrees and cloudy in November. We were this is awful.
You're spoiled now.
Exactly. So now we're really spoiled. And
well, tell me about those days growing up. What were you getting into? I know you played a lot of sports.
I played football, played golf. I played basketball growing up. Everything.
Common theme in poker players is that competitive background.
Yeah, the town where I grew up actually ended up producing some pretty good athletes. We got Travis Snyder, who played in baseball played in the majors for a while. He's still floating around the minor league systems. A lot of really good poker players that came out of where I lived. Once I kind of got into high school, that's when I got into poker.
Mm-hmm.
And but
Yeah,
a lot
you
of
used to
sports.
play games in the cafeteria.
Yeah, our home game.
That would not have fly. That doesn't fly at my high school. You know what I mean? Like, you can't just openly gamble on school grounds and no one's going to say anything.
$2 buy-ins and then $5 buy-ins, and like by junior year, like $20 buy-ins. We're like, yeah, we're crazy. But I think out of like the 8 to 10 kids that played in our game, 5 of them probably play professionally right now, and all of them have like they're like not just like, oh, we play poker like 1-2 no limit for like they all have over like $1 million in cashes and stuff. Like they're all very.
Go ahead and rank them based on their abilities, 1 through 5. No, I'm just kidding.
No, all this stuff like Jordan Westmoreland. He was actually like a year or two younger than me. I wasn't as close with him. Joel Micka, who got like second at PCA a long time ago. Yeah. Patrick Gravel, he plays mostly just online. Joey Lind, he plays mostly online. Charlie Coltis, he's had a lot of success recently. I don't want to forget people.
No, that was 5. You said 5. That's crazy. Yeah, so you're all in the same high school, just playing in this little cafeteria home game, and all of you get bit by the bug.
Game around. Yeah.
You guys must have really cleaned up on those other 4 losers.
Everyone was pretty good, remember, from it. It was,
yeah.
Looking back at it now, I'm like, yeah, that was a pretty tough lineup.
But you didn't, it's not like you graduated high school and then went, okay, now I'm going to go straight to the pros. No, you have to go to college and do the sensible thing.
Yep.
Go to UW.
Went to University of Washington. When I went to college, I was senior year of high school. I worked at a grocery store.
That's a question I get into later. Tell me about your worst job before poker.
Well, okay, there's only one possible answer.
Yeah.
It's both the worst and best job before poker,
yeah.
since it's the
you
only
loved
answer.
it and hated it.
Yeah. So when I went to college, I kind of told my parents I was playing like $5, $10 sit and goes online. Maybe $16 back at that time. I had like I remember like senior year of high school, I won like the party poker like $20 like nightly event that they had for like $10,000.
What, senior year where you're already 18 and playing legally, I'm sure.
Yeah. Junior year, senior year, maybe. But
you were an 18-year-old freshman in
I
high
never
school.
played under
People
18,
realize.
I don't think. So at that time, I was making like a little bit of money, but not a ton. But more than $10 an hour at the grocery store. So I said, I want to enjoy college. I don't want to have to worry about working during college. So, told my parents, I'm going to quit my job. Not that I'm playing professionally or anything. I'm going to be a student and then play poker on the side.
You had enough money from poker that it could replace.
I mean, I was a senior in high school and had like $10,000 to my name. That's a lot of money when you're a senior in high school. So,
were you a big spender in college? Were you the guy who was like winning at poker and then buying out the bars?
No. Well, I remember. It's college bars. It's college bars. They're all cheap, and so it was like I remember when I won my scoop event in junior year for $500,000. We went to the bar. It was Sunday night. And
hold on. I remember this story. Go back to the very beginning of this story about how you even won this. Because didn't you almost like get disconnected and almost lose or something?
So junior year of college, I make day 2 of a 2K scoop event, and playing in my fraternity. And the internet's always a little bit sketchy there. And I can't remember when in day 2, but the internet went out the house. And I'm like, all right, couple minutes, like, come back. No, and so I made the sprint. It was like probably like a little over a mile to the library, about a mile. So I just sprinted to the library, and then I got one of those like study cubicles. Like you sign in, you get like a private room.
You're like, hurry up, I'm missing
lines. And
lines.
I played the last probably like 4 hours, 5 hours of the tournament in that room. And won, which was great. And
this was
I just slipped my laptop into my backpack and just kind of walk out of the library. Hadn't really celebrated yet.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to figure out is because you just win $500,000. Well, first of all, your head's up for $500,000. So I don't even know how you're staying quiet through all that. I don't know if there's like a stereotypical lady in the corner shushing you or something.
Well, I was in a private room, so I was a little bit. But I remember I was 3-handed with Jason Kuhn, who I didn't know at the time it was Jason Kuhn, but I recognized his screen name because it was Jakun, and I played with him a decent amount. And one other guy who I didn't know, but I think was if I looked it back up, I probably could figure out who that is now.
You want me to look it up?
I can't even remember. But I remember I got a lot of flack online because of the chop deal. And it was like, I was like the chip leader, and we discussed numbers 3-handed. And I'm like, you know, I had like a $30K bankroll at the time. I like satellited in. And
yeah, you had all of your stuff because you couldn't sell any action. Right?
Yeah, I just had all of myself. I was like, screw it, whatever. I was in for $100.
Yeah.
And we talked chop numbers or whatever. And then I think at one point, like, Jason Kuhn was like, oh, I need 5,000 more off the money or something. And I was like, you know, okay, whatever. You know, it's 5,000, whatever. I'm getting 500,000. And the other guys were like, well, I need 5,000 more. And I was like, screw you guys. So we kept playing. And then, like, the very next hand, I got, like, 2 10s, 3-handed. And I was so scared to, like, 5-bet shove with 2 10s. And I, like, did it, but I was so scared. I'm like, all right, let's talk numbers again. Like, I was like, I can't play. This was, like, way too much money at the time. So I ended up taking, like, probably giving up, like, $10,000 or something in the chop. And so I think I might have been Mark Herm. I remember, like, a long time ago, him coming up to me and be like, I negotiated that deal or something.
He always had his hand in everything back then.
So it's funny now. I don't regret it one bit because of the situation. But having
this was
the
in
internet
09, right?
Might have been, yeah, it was probably 09.
I don't even see Jay Kuhn. The one you won for 470?
Yeah.
That was Zach Clark you beat heads up.
Oh, I beat Zach Clark.
And then Jamie Armstrong was third. Poker Jammers.
It was Poker Jammers? Maybe it wasn't Jason. It was a long time ago. It might have not been Jakun. I thought Jakun was deep in that event, though, I think.
Well, he did make the final table. Or I could be looking at another one of your titles.
It could be.
Either way,
apologies. Jason's done whatever.
Yeah,
who cares? Jason didn't win an event.
He has enough money. Jesus, you know.
Poker Jammers.
So you're in the library. You take it down for almost 500,000. You walk out calmly, and then what do you do?
It's just like, you know, I'm just probably like, I'm walking back to the house, and you got all these kids walking towards campus. They're probably all depressed. It's a Sunday night. I just got this probably shit-eating grin on my face. You're like, what's up with this guy? But we went to a couple of guys in our house. We went to a fraternity, and we went to, like, the local bar that you go drink at. And I was like, we tried to run up a tab, but it was half-off night. And we drank.
Yeah, Sunday night. How can you even make... Oh, it must have been Monday night because it was day 2, right?
Probably. It was half-off night, and I think the tab we ran up was, like, $240. And we were like, what's the most expensive shot you have? And it was like $8. They were like, that was after the half off or something. So it was...
Yeah, it'd be tough. I mean, that would be tough to run up a big
Nothing
bill.
Crazy. And then I was like, can I get the money offline? How does...
yeah. Then you got to figure out how to live big as a college student. Yeah. So obviously, you know, you graduate college, you have a bankroll. You know, what are you going to do with it? Are you going to take the sensible job, 9 to 5?
No.
What was the 9 to 5 option?
Finance.
What did you go to school for?
When I went to school for finance, like my freshman year, guys were getting, you know, $20,000 bonuses from Goldman Sachs just to take a job. And I had always planned on I wanted to do finance. That was the plan. And then my senior year, it was 1,000 people applying for one job. It was right at the bottom of the market. Once... You know, before I won the Scoop event, I was up to probably like for sure $60 turbo sit and goes, maybe the 109s. But I was playing like a couple hundred sit and goes a day or something. I was like 16 tabling sit and goes. You know, I had like a 30K bankroll, paying for like my fraternity room and board and all that stuff. Once I had the big score, I kind of like, all right, you know, things are going all right. That summer, like a couple months later, I went deep in the main event for the first time. I got like 80th, and so things were like going well. So I kind of already knew going into senior year I was going to play poker. I wasn't going to take a job. There's a funny story from senior year of college. Business school, my classes were 2 hours a day for 2 days a week, so 4 hours a week. But I would stack my classes. You took 3 classes. We were on quarters. I stacked my classes so I'd have 6 hours on Monday and 6 hours on Wednesday.
Okay.
And senior year...
extra long weekend.
In January, Martin Luther King Day fell on a Monday. I went to France for a week and a half for EPT Deauville, and I only missed 1 day of class. Because I left like the Wednesday after my classes. Monday was MLK, so I didn't miss any days. Missed the following Wednesday, was back Sunday, aced a midterm on the following Monday. But like I was always like a good student and stuff. I had one teacher who knew I played poker for a living, and I like emailed him before like the first day of class, like the first quarter, I'm like, hey, I'm going to miss the first 2 classes, playing a tournament in Europe and stuff. What's going on? Am I going to be able to be okay? And he's like, oh, we have a midterm the 4th class. If you miss the first 2, you're just not going to be able to do it. I'm like, all right, whatever. I'll do it. And I always would study on airplanes and stuff, and went to Barcelona, played all the tournaments there, studied on the plane there, studied on the way back, came back and got like a 90 on the midterm. Just so.
It came easy to you.
I feel like school is more about effort more so than anything else.
Was there any part of you that went, I got $500,000 in my bankroll. I'm clearly going to play poker for a living after this. Why even bother finishing my senior year?
No, I enjoyed school. I thought school was fun. I didn't mind class at all or anything like that. Sometimes when I was like going to like a Econ 101 or something, like a prerequisite course and stuff, I wouldn't like care quite as much. But like it was like a prideful thing too to like graduate school. And it was always kind of the deal with my parents, like, I'm not that I never considered dropping out one bit, but it was always like, yeah, I'm going to graduate school.
Was any part of it like a backup plan?
Yeah, for sure. It's always a backup plan and everything. So,
well, what about now? You think you could ever jump into it?
Yes and no. I can't work for anyone else. Like, I don't know if I'll play poker forever, but I won't work for anyone else again. I figured out there's enough ways in this world to make money. Being your own boss, and that's like the most important thing to me, is I'm not going to ever answer to like someone else. But it's also too, I've also thought about
this grocery store really did a number on you.
The other thing too though is I feel like too, if I ever apply to a job, like it's because I actually like want to do it. Like for me to actually choose to work for someone else, it would be something like I'm really interested in, really care about, or really want to do, which is probably 3 of the more valuable things an employer could ask for. So, but yeah, I mean, just the freedom of poker and not working for anyone else is.
So let's go back to those first few years when you're out of school. Smooth sailing right out of the gate, or bumpy road, or how did it go for you? Yeah,
no, I mean, I graduated and then I went deep in the main. So I'm like, all right, get out of school, graduate in June.
Then this was your second deep run in the main, because the first one was 80th?
Yeah. We were on quarters, so we always had our finals ended like June 10th, June 15th, so I'd always miss the beginning of the series. And I remember going to graduation at the business school. It ended at like 3 o'clock, had lunch with like family, and then I was in the car driving to Vegas at 3 o'clock. Like literally 4 hours after.
Done with school, going to work.
Yeah, going to Vegas. What are you doing after you graduate? Going to Vegas.
Yeah.
So, it was that summer I bricked everything at the beginning of the series, and then obviously got 15th in the main event. So I got kind of some instant success, which is good and bad. It stunts your growth a little bit. Just because 2 years before I had the big run in the scoop event, then the main event. It's like, oh, this is easy. You're just going to make $500,000 every single year.
Oh, who was I talking to? There was a poker pro I was talking to, and they basically said that, like, the cost of winning is that you suck for 6 months or something something along those lines, that basically the only problem with winning is that you think you can win.
Yeah.
And then you start playing bad.
I don't remember who said this, but I remember reading a quote, and they said, like, timing in poker is really important. There was a lot of really, really good, smart players that ran like shit at the beginning of their career. Yeah. And then never got a bankroll and just are not in poker. Yeah. And there's a lot of players that were really good, won a lot of money early, and then they just lost all their work ethic and then sucked, lost it all, and out of poker. Yeah. So it's kind of like a...
And then there's like the 1% who just won on day one and then they never stop winning.
I probably went through like a year and a half where I just thought I was the top of the world and like lost a bunch. Like I wasn't like that good even, I don't think, at the time. So, like reality kind of kicked in, and then started working on my game a lot more after I had like a year and a half of a losing year. Mm-hmm. So
what year was this? Was this a couple years after the
probably like 11 and 12, just kind of after
Black Friday?
Yeah. I just started traveling and playing every 5K EPT and everything. So yeah. It's like, when am I going to win the next one?
Exactly. Oh, obviously it's coming. Yeah. You know, It came so easy. Let's talk about the 15th. There's been a lot made of it. I don't want to talk about the actual hand and the reaction and the coverage. It's been talked to for death. What I want to talk to you about is what people come up to you and talk about. You know what I mean?
It's just like, oh my God.
You got to be sick of it by this point.
It's not, I'm not even like, it's just the way people come up. Not even that it's like, oh, they make me like feel bad. I feel bad and I sulk about it after. It's just like, I'll come up. I'll be like waiting in the line at the World Series to get a bottle of water or something like that. I'll get poked. Did you final table the main event? Like, no, I didn't final table the main event. Or like,
yeah, they have to.
I've seen you before on TV, right? Oh my God! And then the best one is they'll go, I know how you feel. I just had my aces cracked 10 minutes ago. I know how you feel. Yeah, that's the best one.
Yeah. Oh, were you? And you play along. You're like, oh, were you in the 25K six max? Oh, no. Were you in the 5K? No. Oh, you were in a satellite.
Yeah, the $60. Yeah.
Same feeling.
So
same thing.
Like that, and then it's just like, I'm like a talkative person. Like, I've gotten a lot more outgoing too, where I start conversation with people. For a while, I was always like more conservative, where like if you talk to me, I'm happy to talk back, but I just never.
Yeah. And
now it's just like people will come up and they'll be like, Are you the guy from TV? Are you that guy? And then it's like, how am I supposed to, it's not like, hey, what's your name?
Yeah.
And so it's just,
and how do you respond to that? Are you that guy who's asking me that? That's all you know about that
it's
guy.
It's just like it creates these weird awkward points where it's like, I don't want to be rude, but it's like also like, how are we supposed to? Oh yeah, that's me. Yeah.
I guess you can just say yeah, that's me. Bye.
Yeah, and then it's normally then they don't have anything else to say after that. So it's just weird dynamic in terms of the conversation and everything. And
it's
how
weird
it starts.
that people like have sympathy for you though. I mean, like, as if you're this sad sack walking around. That was just one moment on TV. You know what I mean? Like, you're happy-go-lucky every other time.
Yeah. They have sympathy. Like, they're like, oh, the best. How long did it take you to get over it? I'm like, about the next day when I went back to the cage and I asked for cash.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I didn't ask for cash. The next, like, when I went and got my wire and then I saw it pull up in my...
in your bank account, you're like, oh, yeah, that's nice.
The year before when I cashed 80 for, what was it, like, $80,000. I can't even remember. I got cash. I was so sad and upset because it was like my first like deep run in the main event. I thought I was gonna win, so I just got 8 bricks of cash and I just had them like the bricks across my van. I'm like, that's how I like
backpack them back to Washington.
Yeah, that's how I like got over it.
Yeah, that is fun. I guess you have a good quote here from your Poker Life story we did for you. People throw the word deserve around a lot in this industry. The player that deserved to win. This player is deserving of a bracelet. That's a dangerous way to think. If you're a player and you think you deserve anything, then you're already starting out with a disadvantage. The truly great players are motivated to work hard, improve their game, and never think they deserve anything. You still believe that?
Yeah, I think that's a good way to think about it.
You don't deserve anything?
No, I think that's a really good way to think about it. And like, I guess the word I would use maybe now instead of deserve would just be like expectations.
Yeah,
like,
or how about just being due? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
People talk about, I haven't won a flip in 6 months, I'm due. You know what I mean?
Yeah, especially in like tournament poker, like you get the chip lead with like 30 left, like, oh, I expect to win. It's like you can't really expect to win. It's like you've put yourself in a good position. You still got a
2% higher chance of winning now.
Yeah, now you're like 10% to win the tournament. Like you're still, it's not like you're 60% to win the tournament. And so I think really like false expectations people have. Mm-hmm. That's kind of the word I would use instead of do-ness, but I think everything still applies there.
Do you is that how you kind of get through like, rough patches or just the downside of variance?
Yeah, it's just you kind of like zoom up and just look at the overall, graph, and just, it's all part of the process, and you're not going to win every tournament, and learning to use like downswings as like a positive in terms of like using a downswing to like identify mistakes in your game. Okay. And it's really hard to identify mistakes in your game when you're running really well. Again, like unrealistic expectations and everything, you don't overanalyze your game. But when I'm in a downswing, that's like when I work the hardest. That's when I like actually play the most because I'm trying to like work on my game.
Can you give an example of a leak you found in your game?
Just like I can't think of a specific example, but like probably like 3-bet calling off too late, or like not having like reworking on my shoving ranges, and just working on the technicals and the fundamentals and making sure those are extra sound.
Yeah.
And like realizing once you're doing that, you're like, yeah, I'm not really like, oh, this is too loose. I'm shoving too wide in this spot. This is a really bad flat call. And a lot of times it's the little things that you're making mistakes that lead to like bigger things going on. And so once you can kind of correct those and just be able to like look at your game with a, kind of a straight mind, just looking at it and being honest with yourself about certain things in your game that are going well or bad.
What percentage of your time is spent like studying the game versus playing it these days?
It used to be a lot more just playing. Now I've kind of rededicated. I study a lot more. It's really hard to like study as much now without online poker. Living back in New Jersey for 2 years, like I was able to start studying a lot more.
Yeah.
It's just a lot easier with online poker when you have hand histories and everything's like kind of digitized.
Yeah.
And so you can use different programs and software to analyze stuff. And
so you've been getting into all that stuff, the solvers and whatnot?
I haven't actually gotten into using like Pio and solvers, but I'm really interested by them, and I feel like I have like a decent feel for things. And I have I do coaching now, and I have a student that's very into like solvers and stuff, and he's better at using them than I am. And like we'll be in a session, we'll be like, oh yeah, let's run this through the solver. I bet you I have a feeling the solver's going to say something like we should bet 60%, like check, like, and like my feelings will kind of be like, I'm not trying to say like know it all.
You're not dead on, but yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of some people have like a good feeling for those types of things, and it's something I definitely want to get into, especially next year, is looking into solvers, using them more. I think they're a great tool to kind of establish baselines.
You mentioned online poker, but obviously, living in Vegas, you play more live these days. What's your schedule look like year to year now? You mentioned you're on the road, 2/3 of the year, right?
Right now, I travel to like the bigger, I guess you would call it like mid-stakes tournaments, like these 3,500s and 5Ks. I guess those are mid-stakes nowadays.
I know, right? Back in the day, it's like they would have one 10K a year and then like 10 5Ks, and that was considered the top stakes.
Yeah, so right now, kind of my bread and butter tournaments are like the 3,500 to $3 million, playing a lot of those. I consider like 4 major tournaments, like Bellagio, Aussie Millions, LAPC, and the World Series. Play all those are the 4 10Ks a year that I play. And I'm still traveling, but I play a lot more cash now. I play live cash in Vegas, play online in Vegas some, and study some. I don't take many breaks. I just kind of just play every day.
Yeah. I was surprised to find out last year when I was talking to you that you're still like super obsessed with poker. You know what I mean? Like a lot of people, they get to year 10, 11, 12. Oh, now it's a job. You know what I mean? But you still seem very passionate about it.
Yeah, now it's still like I enjoy playing every day, and it's the fact that I've like started working on my game a ton in the last couple of years has helped that, because it kind of drives me want to learn new things every day, improve every day. Trying to become like the best I can be at poker. And so even like, I'm going on vacation for the weekend with my girlfriend. This weekend it's like, all right, I'm not playing poker for 4 days. Like that's a decent long time for me not playing poker. And it's not that like, it's just, I just enjoy it that much. I just don't take many breaks. I don't need, some players will play for like 2 weeks and then take 2 weeks off. Like that's just not me.
Yeah. You get the itch.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. You ready for some rapid fire questions?
Sure.
Biggest pot you ever won or lost? Well, I guess we know in equity what that is.
Cash game, the biggest pot I played was like 45,000. I neither won nor lost.
Oh, it was a chop pot?
Yeah, we ran it twice.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
what were the
PLO.
details in that one?
A PLO pot.
Were you lucky to get half?
No, I was actually very unlucky.
Oh,
well,
okay.
I was lucky. I was unlucky, but lucky. We were playing 25-50 with like a 100 straddle PLO with Sammy Farha.
Okay.
I think it was Sam. But basically, like flatted a 3-bet with like Jack, something double suited, 3 ways, and it came Jack 7, 5 or something like that, and like I flatted the continuation bet, got back raised all in, and he had top 2 and a gutter. And I had top set. The first one he turns a straight, so I lose the first one, and the second one he goes, and like I think you could tell at the time, like this is like I'd round up like a 5K stack in the game to like 20, and the second one he goes, I turned a flush draw. So now I'm getting free rolled when he turns a flush draw, and he bricked luckily, and I got half. So,
well, that's good. Oh, Sammy, oh, that's cool. Who's the best poker player that we've never heard of? Or just somebody who doesn't get, the respect they deserve.
Jeez. Probably some kid in Russia that we never heard of that plays online and studies Pio 15 hours a day.
You don't have any colleagues with you in the trenches that you want to shout out? You think do good work? They don't get their fair share of attention?
I don't know. I'm like I'm not in the huge I talk poker with some people, but I'm not in like the huge study groups and everything like that. So kind of go my own way in terms of that. But some players I've always thought play really well that I see a lot on the circuit. I always thought Darren Elias is one of the better players.
That's hilarious that he came up again. That is so funny. Oh, that's crazy. That's 3 episodes in a row. Darren, I'm going to get you on here, I promise.
He's been a common answer?
Yeah, it's crazy. We get the hint. Darren, you're going to get some attention. Yeah, he's a good answer. Favorite tournament destination? You've been pretty much everywhere at this point, right?
Yeah. Domestic, Hard Rock in South Florida.
Because of the property itself, or just because you're in South Florida and near the beach?
Just everything. Just it's the property itself's awesome. They got a super nice pool. The tournaments are run really well. Tournaments are very good. A lot to do. You can go outside the casino.
Profitable.
Good. Yes, very profitable. Internationally, the Aussie Millions. That's I did it last year for the first time. It was my favorite poker trip I've ever done, and we're going again in about a month. And so it's the best poker. It's my favorite city in the world, Melbourne.
Let me see. How'd you do at Aussie Millions this year?
I cashed this year.
You did?
Yeah.
56th.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. So it was a good trip.
Yeah, another solid year. You final table Colossus. That must have been crazy.
Yeah. This is it's not my most profitable year, but it was definitely my best year in poker, even though it wasn't the most profitable, just in terms of consistency.
Yeah.
Had 3 6-figure scores. Just
even recently you won the Wynn Fall Classic.
Yeah, I won that a month ago. And even just not even the 3 bigger scores I had this year, I had a lot of opportunities. I got 17th at Bay 101. I got one of them was I got 7th in Florida. That was a huge, potentially could have been a huge score. I mean, it was a huge score.
Yeah.
Just a lot of tons of opportunities.
That's cool. Best swap or piece you ever got from anybody?
I don't swap much. The only I swap with Tyler Patterson, all the tournaments we play, and I've received a lot of money from him in swaps. As long as it's a Borgata tournament or a Jacksonville tournament.
That's right. He won the best bet tournament at the WPTA Jacksonville, didn't he?
Yep. He final tabled it back-to-back years.
Yeah.
And then he's final tabled Borgata and had a couple other deep runs. I'm up some money in swaps on Tyler.
Well, hopefully you get to repay the favor soon. Any good degen stories or crazy prop bets you've taken part in?
Not really.
Do you ever bet anything other than poker?
I mean, I bet. I play golf. I don't really bet. I bet sports, but not anything. I'll bet if I'm gonna watch a game specifically, or if I'm gonna go I might bet $50 or $100 on a game. But maybe
just for entertainment.
Yeah. But I do some fantasy leagues
money.
And stuff, and some survivor pools and stuff like that. But nothing crazy or anything like that.
Doesn't get out of line.
No.
Okay, when you got your headphones on at the table, what are you listening to?
recently half the time it's just I don't have any music going.
Yeah.
It's just like some poker rooms, there's so much like slot machine noises. Like if they're not an enclosed poker room, there's so much noise from outside in the casino and stuff. It's like I like it with just no music because I can still hear everything that's going on at the table, but it cuts out all the like distractions. So.
Yeah. Well, you're saying music cuts out the...
No, just like having noise canceling headphones on.
Oh,
with no music
you mean
on.
literally putting on headphones and not playing any music?
Yeah.
Got it. I thought you meant like I'm not wearing headphones, and I'm like, well, I don't see the point of that.
No. I'll literally just do that a lot of the time just because I don't want to listen to music, but because I want to be able to like participate in conversations and stuff, and I do at the table.
You ever get anybody who thinks you can't hear?
I don't think so, but
yeah,
I haven't really paid attention too much.
Start
to that.
talking shit. This guy over here raising me every time. He can't hear me.
But yeah, there's just too many like distractions going on, especially like deep in the tournament. I like to have it on with like no music, just 'cause it helps me like zone in.
All right. Which poker pro did you admire coming up, and did you ever get to play a pot with him or her?
Oh, I'm trying to think of who I admired.
Let's think back. Okay, you're in the cafeteria. You're in the cafeteria at where was that? I'm gonna guess Mill Creek High School.
Jackson High School.
All right. Who are you and your buddies talking about?
Jeez.
See, what year was that?
2005.
Okay, so Poker Boom had happened. Who was big?
Who was big?
Raymer had just won the World Series.
I guess Ivy and Negrano, I guess.
Yeah.
I've never played with Ivy.
Never?
No.
Never crossed paths in all the tournaments you played?
No, never
That's
played
crazy.
with Ivy. So, never played with Ivy. I played with Negrano like twice.
Yeah.
Maybe once. I know specifically once playing with him at like Legends, but not even for like very long.
When you were first starting to play live poker, did you ever get into a confrontation with a poker pro and you're like, oh, this is that guy?
No.
It was never like that?
Not really, no.
I saw this one on TV.
I'm not a very confrontational person, so.
No, I just meant starstruck, like.
Oh.
Like,
no, not really.
Just
because, like, some of them, like, I just want to play with.
Yeah.
Most of them.
It's competition. Yeah, there you go. We talked about worst job you ever had before poker. Tell me about your worst day on the job.
Worst day on the job?
Yeah, what was so bad about this grocery store?
There really wasn't anything that bad.
You
just having to deal with customers.
Yeah. You just don't like being told where to be at a certain time.
Exactly.
And when to clock in and out.
Like, yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna. It wasn't that bad.
It's more the time commitment.
Yeah, it's just having to be in place at a certain time.
Well, this actually
stay
came up
late.
This actually came up on a previous podcast, but I talked to some poker players who say they like tournaments over cash games because the tournaments tell them where to be. You know what I mean? Like, they need that structure, otherwise they'll just sit in their house all day.
Fair enough.
You know what I mean?
I can understand
but
that.
you saying you're playing cash, so it sounds like you're plenty motivated to get up out of the house.
Yeah. No, I try to get up and get stuff done, actually, and feel accomplished every day. Yeah. But, I mean, I don't think there was really, like, my job was pretty easy.
Mm-hmm.
It started off, like, pushing carts and everything, and it was, like, I was a parcel, like, did go-backs, all that stuff, and then I was a cashier, so dealing with, customers, or maybe you had the regular customers that were weird and stuff, so it was...
Yeah. It sounds like Mill Creek's just a nice place where nothing bad ever
everyone's
happens.
nice.
If poker went away tomorrow, what would you do?
Trade crypto professionally. No, just kidding. That's the cool answer that everyone says.
I know.
Right?
Are you into it at all?
I am into it now.
You are into it now. How late are you into it?
I got into it like a couple months ago.
Okay.
So.
Congratulations.
It's been
congratulations for now.
Yeah. No. I would not trade it professionally. I don't know as much as I should. But I do spend a decent amount of time studying and learning a bunch of stuff every day. So it's a fun new, I wouldn't say hobby, but investment. Just learning everything about it. So it's really interesting to me.
All right. Your least favorite thing about being a poker pro?
Least favorite thing about being a poker pro? There's not a lot of things I don't like. Just dealing with some shit people.
Okay. Tell me about some shit people.
There's some bad people in the industry.
Yeah. Players.
Scammers.
Industry people.
Scammers. Thieves. Industry people. Just, I don't know. There's just some bad people in the
You ever
industry.
get hustled or attempted hustled?
I got scammed once.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Is it embarrassing?
No.
Okay.
I guess I can go out. I don't even know if I ever, like, this was so long ago.
You can change the names to protect the guilty.
Oh, we could out someone here on the podcast.
You could do that. A little scandal at the end.
He's not even in the industry anymore.
Oh, okay. That's fine.
It was a poker agent. I knew he screwed a couple people over.
Okay.
Like, yeah.
Is he litigious?
What?
Is he litigious? Gonna sue you?
No, it's not even worth, like, but no, he I got scammed through a poker agent, and I think that luckily there's very few poker agents in the world anymore. That's
not really a job anymore. There's a few that kind of handle all the big guys, but
I was young, and I didn't realize at the time that all a poker agent did was have the phone number of a PokerStars or Full Tilt representative. Mm-hmm. And every deal was pretty much already set and everything, and so...
Yeah, people don't realize, back in the day, Full Tilt or Stars, or I guess not Stars, but like, especially during those big WPT final tables, they would just go around and hand hands and packages to people who made the final table.
I know.
Just pay them money. Like, you didn't need an agent. You just needed to be one of the two most popular people at the final table.
I remember I listened to a podcast, the Grounders podcast with Ballsba, and just hearing his stories from like the heyday. He was like, I would literally hire interns, and I'd print out a picture of someone's face at the final table and say, go find this guy in the parking lot. And they'd be like, you want to wear this hat? Today we'll pay you $5,000.
Yeah.
Stuff. Like, it was just some crazy
story.
Ballsba
is poker royalty.
Like, it wasn't Ballsba. He's not the guy I'm talking
about. Yeah, no, I'm saying, but like
I don't know anything bad about him.
He was like the big fish in like the poker agency pool, but there was a lot of little guys back in the day who would like go chase players into the bathrooms. Oh, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like trying to get to them before poker royalty did. But a lot's changed. All right, we end the podcast the same way every time with a question from the random question generator, and your question is:
oh God,
if you had to change your name, what would your new name be? And this is actually perfect because I was gonna bring up the whole Affleck thing. You were growing up an Affleck when Affleck Mania was kind of big. Yeah. You get any shit for that?
It comes up with a lot. It's like 50-50 on like the Affleck Duck or like...
Oh, I didn't even... my brain didn't even go to Gilbert Gottfried.
All right, here's like a funny, stupid story. We were at the airport like a month ago, my girlfriend and I, and we were at Jersey Mike's getting a sub sandwich before we go on the flight. And I hand
So you're already unhappy.
No, I like Jersey Mike's.
Just kidding.
So my girlfriend and I are there. I hand the lady at the register my credit card. She's, Affleck, you related to him? I'm like, oh, no.
Yeah.
And then she like screws with the person that was slicing the meat. She, this is Ben Affleck's cousin. And there's like 15 people in line, and she's literally yelling. I can't remember the girl's name. She's just like yelling at her friend, that's Ben Affleck's cousin right there, and everything. And all these people in line are looking.
That's not even a good joke. It's not like you're wearing a name tag that says Affleck on it. You know what I mean? So, you don't look anything like him.
And then the person like slicing the meat is like, hold up, I want a picture with you and stuff.
Oh, wow.
And I was just kind of like, my girlfriend and I kind of slowly just walk away. These people in line are just like, everyone's like, what the hell is going on?
I'm trying to see if Ben Affleck's cousin was in this room with us, just the three of us, I still don't think I'd ask for his autograph or to take a picture with him. Let alone in the middle of my workday.
Now it's just like, I'll just say, yeah, he's my uncle.
I used to get a lot of Julio Iglesias references. And I was always like, that's such an old reference. I mean, he's not even famous. Anyway. So you're changing your name. What's your new name going to be?
Oh, my gosh.
Do you have a middle name?
Yeah.
You can't use that either.
I'm like really bad at these types of things. I don't think about it at all.
You don't think you don't look in the mirror and go, I could be a Josh. I could be a Steven.
What would my new name be? Probably for sure change the last name so I don't have to deal with that stuff anymore.
You could be at Maflack.
I had two friends in high school when we golf. I was called Maflack.
Maflack, yeah. You want a different question? That's a tough one to come up with. I mean, you shouldn't have to name yourself on the spot. That's one thing.
I'm just like not like creative in these types of things. I'm probably one of the.
Ask your girl what she wants. All
right, I'll ask my girlfriend what she
what she wants your new name to be.
I'll ask her what it.
Okay, we're gonna switch questions. What makes you nervous?
What makes me nervous?
Are you a bad flyer?
No, I love flying. I'm like an aviation geek. What makes me nervous? Snakes and spiders.
Snakes and spiders.
Yeah, I have a fear of them. When we moved into Vegas. When we moved into Vegas, second night living in our place, we're about ready to go to bed. Go over, turn off the lights. She goes, "What is that?" Turn on the lights. There's a scorpion up against the wall. And my girlfriend was halfway back to New Jersey already. I was already all right, she moved out to Vegas with me and everything. We've been together for 2 years at this point.
You didn't tell her about the scorpions?
And she was like, "Oh, no. And we literally, and I hate, scorpions. I've never seen one before. And there was, a 10-minute ordeal of, how we kill it. I know I got to do it. I'm the man. But how do I do it and stuff?"
Hey. My wife has killed plenty of roaches for me. I'm terrified.
Now she'll text me. She's like, "Scorpion!" She'll just kill it.
Oh man, they don't warn you about the bugs before you get out here. It's crazy, the bugs, especially in the summer. What comes in?
Yeah, we've just had scorpion, a couple of scorpions in the house. That's the only thing. So nothing bad.
Wait till your neighbors get a pet, and then there's flies everywhere.
Oh god.
All right, Matt, thank you so much for joining me on the podcast. Have fun in San Diego.
Yes, thank you very much. I appreciate it.
And good luck in the new year.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
That's it. That's the show. Thanks again to Matt Affleck for the chat. You can actually get one-on-one poker lessons from Matt. If you are interested, you can contact him through his website, mattaffleck.com, or follow him on Twitter at MCMattoPoker. That's MCMATTO Poker. If you like the show, be sure to subscribe, and if you are feeling extra generous, please take the time to leave a rating or a review. Let us know about it at pokerstories@cardplayer.com, and we'll hook you up with a free digital subscription to Card Player magazine. Thanks for listening. Attention American poker players! Do you want to legally cash out your poker winnings to PayPal? Then head to globalpoker.com and see why it's the fastest growing site for US players. That's globalpoker.com.